Welcome to Melanin Combos, a sisterhood of mom friends having relatable and unorthodox conversations while holding space for each other and amplifying Black voices. Welcome to Melanin Combos. I'm your host, Nikita Buckner, and today I have with me Bree. She's an image consultant and a style coach. And today we're going to talk about our postpartum bodies and just regaining our confidence after pregnancy, after delivery, and after postpartum. And there's so many things that go into that, and how our bodies have changed, our minds have changed, so much has changed. And I know for a lot of us, that means that we don't feel as confident, as good as we did before. So we're gonna dive into that conversation right now. Hi, Bree.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So before we get started, I want to do a mom moment. Okay? So I want you to tell me something that you wish you knew before you had your little people. One thing.
I think it was seen, but it wasn't verbally told to me to the magnitude of which I wish someone told me.
Okay.
But the mental load behind raising little humans is astronomically heavy. So you're thinking about, first of all, keep them alive, and then feed them. And then, am I traumatizing them? Am I causing any later trauma, or am I just doing a good job? And then you have this level of overprotection. I will trip a kid for my kids. It is what it is. So just to have that mental load, to be able to have a conversation with either, whether it have been my mom or just another mother, to understand how you are mentally just consistently thinking about them
all the time.
It's mentally exhausting, but at the same time, when you see that they are bearing the fruits that you are trying to sow into them, it's rewarding. But
I definitely
hold on to your straps.
I definitely would agree about that mental load. I think for me, I wish someone had really explained postpartum and how long it could take, and it not just being the 6 weeks. It's much longer than the 6 weeks, and all the things that you could experience past that even that 1 year mark, and how much your mind and your body would change, and things that you never experienced before you might experience after having kids. So I don't think that full range was explained, and I wish I had someone to just walk through that with. If that makes sense.
I agree, because I feel like when we were pregnant, we mainly focus on preparing for your body and for them to arrive. But after that, you are more so forewarned about postpartum. You're not, I would have rathered a training session on that. Than to have, so this is how you change a diaper. This is what's gonna happen, to mitigate your pain while you're in labor.
And what is it, the 5-in-1? Every, five, the 5-in-1, for your contraction.
Yes.
Yeah, that.
What does it matter? It's gonna happen in 24 hours or something.
They're coming.
Yeah, they're coming. Whereas 3 years or 4 years or 6 months after, you lose yourself, you don't know yourself, or you just experience so many in-depth emotions that you have never tapped into, that allows you to, that affects you.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll just say that it affects you.
It definitely does. It definitely does. I do agree with you on all of those things. So, first things first, what is one thing that motherhood has taught you about yourself?
Prior to having children, I took a lot of pride in being independent. And so I had a single mom. She was very independent. She handled her stuff on her own. But again, I didn't see the mental load that she had.
Of course.
And how much of a burden she had to carry for herself. And so as I grew, I felt very good at, I got this done by myself. I can do this by myself. Having children and getting into motherhood humbled me, because you need a village and you need a community. And so I had to learn that asking for help or accepting help doesn't mean that you're failing. It just means that you are acknowledging that you can't deal with that task or that burden or multitasking by yourself. You need people. And I learned that with the community that I've built, which I appreciate, and also understanding that I can't hold the burden. God has to hold it for me as well. So I think that was the biggest lesson, that I can't do everything on my own.
Yeah, and I think what is important to even also acknowledge, the idea of just living in like isolation after, well, in general, it's a very Western concept. Like if you like do like some research, like some more African traditions, after mom has baby, mom, grandma come and literally live with that family for like an extended period of time. And she probably is just feeding the child and going to go take a nap and just really taking care of herself for that period of time while her mom and her grandmother, whoever, is there caring for the baby. So I think like that speaks to just our Western concept of how we do family and how we think about motherhood and help. But I definitely do agree with you. I think for myself, one thing would be, it taught me how much there was some like childhood wounds that weren't dealt with, because I found that like I would overextend myself to make sure that like my son didn't experience, or like make sure that he does experience, and really trying to like cover all of my bases so that he doesn't experience, or that he does have this wonderful childhood. And then like sometimes missing, or I don't even know if I'm missing, but with the potential of missing what he actually needs and what he's actually desiring. So I think that's one thing I've learned about myself, and just being able to track back and be like, okay, what does my son actually need? And then give him that instead of what I think he needs because of what I was missing, right? So yeah, definitely
a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah.
Motherhood is, parenthood in general is just a lot, but motherhood is, it takes a toll sometimes, because you automatically become, for most cases, the default parent. So and that's because we're naturally nurturing to our children. Not to say that fathers aren't, but we kind of have that natural instinct to become more nurturing to them. And for my example, I agree. After motherhood, I just decided therapy, hello, all day, every day, if I can, sign me up, because you need to really, like you said, there are certain things from your childhood that you're bringing into your parenting that you need to address to determine whether your children need that or not. And I have learned a lot about myself through therapy.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. Okay, so I want you to tell us what you do as an image consultant and what led you into fashion. Like how did that become your passion, your drive?
So I am an image consultant and style coach, as you said before. So what I do is I help people transform their personal style, their personal image, and to kind of amplify their self-confidence. So I work from the inside out. My philosophy in my approach to styling is, if you don't know yourself, it's really, really hard for you to attain style, period. It's about self-awareness. In order to, when you completely know yourself, then you won't succumb to trends. Okay. You'll be able to identify, this is what I want, this is what I wouldn't look like, and society cannot kind of influence or sway that. So how did I get into fashion? Yeah. I was always involved. My mom, I remember when I was in elementary school, my mom she was a dime. Okay. Don't age me. She was a dime. But I used to get excited when she came to pick me up or drop off lunch, because I'm like, this is my mom. This is what she's wearing. She's fly. Right. And my friends would say she's so pretty. I'm like, yeah, look at her. But she was always involved in looking nice, and I followed that. Grade 4, I started actually designing clothes. Okay. If I was able to get into my storage closet, 100% I would have been able to show you the pictures. Aww. I still have them. So I used to design clothes. That followed me up until going to college for fashion design. Okay. When I started to study fashion design, it felt a little superficial to me, because you're learning the construction of a garment, but my goal was to have people feel beautiful in the clothes that I'm designing. Okay. And then I realized that I can create as many clothes as possible. If you don't love yourself, or if you don't feel beautiful within yourself, then my clothes will only give you a temporary confidence boost. Right. And that wasn't enough for me. Right. Okay. So that's when I studied image consulting. And that's when I studied the psychology of clothing and how it impacts you psychologically, and the importance of your image. Because it's more than just your clothing, it's the message that you want perceived to everybody else. Right. As well as, again, if you wear a power suit, you feel powerful. Right. So to be able to have that distinction between style, you as a person, the message you want to be perceived, how you walk, how you talk.
Right.
All those are contingent as well to the clothes that you're wearing.
Right.
And that's what's the most important to me. I want you to understand your self-worth. I want you to understand that your self-worth is also tied to your purpose. And it's a lot more deeper than just fabric in your closet.
I love that. And I will say that when we first started, so Bree picked out all the outfits for this podcast. And when we first started, you asked me the question. I was like, what? Like, what are you asking me? I'm like, okay. Like, why do I feel like I'm in a therapy session? I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Like, I wasn't expecting you to ask me questions like, how do I want to be perceived? Like when I'm in spaces, how do I want people to perceive me? I wasn't expecting you to ask me that. Or like, I think you also had asked me about like, how would I describe myself using like 3 adjectives? Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I wasn't prepared, and I thought you were just gonna ask me, okay, what kind of clothes do you like? And I would have just showed you. But not really knowing too much why I like those things. I'm sure I could tell you why, but it's not like top of mind to be like, oh, I like this because it makes me look elegant, or because it's like vibrant color and I like to be fun and playful, right? It's not top of mind. So I will definitely say that, yes, you have given me a lot to think about when I go to the store and pick out clothes. And I love that, and I think that is important. I think that will help regardless of how your body looks. Yeah. Right? You'll be able to pivot.
Exactly.
With your clothing. Okay, so after babies, how did you redefine or go back to your style? Were you able to regain your confidence? Did you gain new confidence? Like, what did you do with your new body, the way you look now?
Transparently speaking, I'm still going through that.
Okay.
I don't feel like it's something that can just happen in a drop of a dime. 3 years is not a long time to be a mother compared to 30 years of, I just aged myself again, 30 years of being me.
Right.
Right? So I'm still going through the process of grasping the fact that I'm a mother. My life has completely changed. I don't have that level of independence that I used to have. As well as, yes, my body has, we literally spoke about this right before the candle started rolling, how I want to know what I look like.
Right.
I want to see my face. I want to see my shape, because I'm just starting to get to know this person. Mm-hmm. And so how did I regain my style? I'm slowly acknowledging the changes that are happening. Okay. And accepting them. Okay. I feel like it's important for me to give myself credit in how my body has changed. Right. And in a positive spin in it, I'm like, I'm a woman. I'm a woman now. So I have filled up a little more. Right. My face has changed. And so looking myself in the mirror and saying, girl, I love your eyes. Right. I love, how your hips have gone in. So does my husband. It's like, so just those kinds of positive affirmations that I give to myself, and just convincing yourself that you are good. Like, there's no need for me to go back to or compare who I was, because I'm not that person anymore. Right? Okay. So acknowledging that change is important for me. Right. And so now that I've acknowledged it, it's time for me to now say, okay, who do I want to be now going forward? Right. I've determined that there are certain attributes about myself that are no longer, and then there are also new things that I learned about myself. Mm-hmm. So being able to be vulnerable and open enough to others, how do I want that perceived? Right. I want to maintain my strength. How do I want that to be perceived? So for me, for this outfit, I was saying, okay, I want to be something like, I know what my life is about. I'm in control of it. So I said, hey, with a little bit of edge, because I'm a little saucy. Right. So I like the leather. Right. I like the structure. Mm-hmm. And then we have a little bling. Right. And a little peekaboo. So it's being able to just see myself through those clothes and looking in the mirror and saying, hey, I'm not wearing jogging pants right now. Right. You look pretty cute. Right. And complimenting myself in that moment. So gaining that aspect, confidence in that aspect. Right. Yeah, no. Having that relationship with yourself. No, I get that. And I hear that. And I think even like for myself, I was like, okay, well, I don't really love the way like my stomach looks right now. However, I want to wear crop tops. So I'm going to wear them. Yeah. Oh, and I'll just like either wear high-waisted pants
to like cover, but I'm not gonna not wear certain articles of clothing because I don't particularly think that I'm ready for it yet. I can maneuver and manipulate clothes to try to like hide and mask or whatever, but if I want to wear it, I'm gonna wear it, right? So I think like that for me anyways has been part of me trying to like regain some confidence and just enjoy the clothes and like the new things that I purchase and I like, and just be like, okay, well, it's only been 3 years. It's not a long time. 1.5 of those years was still getting to know this human, and I didn't really have the opportunity to do the things that I wanted to do for my body. Like I was telling someone that like I've actually never worked out to lose weight.
No, me neither.
So I don't even know, I don't like that concept, I don't know. So I'm gonna have to learn that now. Like how do I like actively lose weight or work out or have this meal plan with the purpose of losing weight and sticking to it, because I don't know, I've never had to do it. So like there's all of this relearning and like discovery and all this intertwined. So I think that definitely for me, that's how I'm redefining how I look and how I feel in my clothes.
But that's what style is.
Right.
Because I feel like we're very much consumed by what's in, what's out,
Right.
the rules of what you should wear based off of your body. I teach my clients the rules of what they should wear so they can break them.
Okay.
At the end of the day, your style is to own it. I don't have rules. If you want to wear stripes with polka dots, it can work.
Right.
But you have to own it.
Okay.
So if you look at street style and those kinds of things, a lot of people break the mold because they do not care. They know who they are and they're like, this is what I'm wearing and I'm gonna own it.
Right.
And so when you see them walking confident, they're like, oh, I never thought of it that way.
Right.
And it's that relationship with you that you have to build with yourself so that you are not influenced by outside talk or jargon or rules.
Right.
So just build that relationship with you. The more that you nurture yourself in that, the better you feel when you wear your clothes, or the more confident you feel that you're showing like your stomach
Right.
and the crop.
Right. Speaking about that relationship, like, so walk me through how you walk your clients through gaining that confidence or even having that conversation so that they are able to identify what their style is. What are some of the questions that you ask or things that you ask them to show you?
So the same thing that I did with you, I asked, how do you want to be perceived?
Okay.
I can even take it a step back because I'll ask them about their lifestyle right now.
Okay.
And how they feel in that lifestyle right now and what their goals are.
Okay.
So we'll mesh the two together in the sense of, okay, this is where you are right now. Where do you want to be? And if this is where you want to be in that space, how do you want to be perceived for this transition? And if they can't answer that, I'll go into their closet and say, okay, let's see what your closet says about you.
Okay.
And usually more than half of my clients will be like, first of all, their closets are not cohesive in any way, shape, or form. So half the time people just buy things because they like it, buy things because it's on sale. Right. Or they buy things specifically for a purpose. Right. And when you buy things specifically for a purpose, it doesn't work with, you don't think about if it works with other garments in your closet. Right. Right? So in looking through their closet, I'll ask them, so what are your top 5 favorite garments in here to begin with? And they'll tell me, and I'm like, why? It either has to do with a memory. Okay. Or it hid something that they did not like about their body. Okay. I find that completely counterproductive. You're not wearing clothes to hide yourself. Okay. You're wearing clothes again to send a message. So your message basically is that you're insecure. If I were to use you for example, you're insecure or about your stomach, and so you decided to hide it. So your whole outfit is comprised around hiding your stomach. Right. Let's shift that mindset. So we need to highlight the things that you love about yourself. So what do you love about yourself? These are the kinds of questions that I go through so that we can understand where you want to be and how we physically can express that through your clothing. Gotcha. Make sense? Yes, that makes perfect sense. And then, so we're talking about, let's just use me as the example. So I guess, so in that whole process then,
in addition to highlighting what I do love about myself, we will still work on hiding the parts or concealing the parts that I don't enjoy the most.
When you focus on what you love, then you should kind of, it kind of balances out.
Okay.
So for example, what do you love about yourself?
I love my legs.
You love your legs?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll ask, what don't you like about yourself?
My stomach.
Your stomach.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of how we would mitigate that, there are different types of dresses that you can wear that can highlight your legs, that is not extremely fitted, that could still conceal your stomach.
Okay.
So being able to have that balance. But that's where it comes to learning your body and accepting certain aspects of your body, because I'm not gonna put you in a tunic dress all day every day.
Right.
You still have to accept the things that you don't like about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yeah, okay. Definitely. Okay, so what's one thing you would say to a new mom trying to figure out how to be confident, how to just buy a dress or buy a pair of pants, or when she's still pretty new, like she's in postpartum, she's not sure like what her size is anymore. Yeah, so what would you say to that person, that mom? Or help them figure it out? Like how should they go to the store and ask for help to figure out?
Go to the store. I'll say it's two parts.
Okay.
Because again, your mindset needs to be right.
Okay.
So we need to, again, I know it sounds repetitive, but you really need to acknowledge where you are.
Okay.
And you really need to give yourself credit for what your body has done for you. And we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves.
Right.
So if she is postpartum, I think it takes months for your body to even remotely go back to
whatever back is.
Exactly. So if it's within that time frame, we're now building a transitional wardrobe.
Okay.
Because your body is still changing, and your body is still bringing itself back to its natural state, because your organs were all shifted and all that stuff, right? And also, you still have, I think it's your uterus is still in like huge. Right. So that needs to go down, because I know that we all have, and me included, had a moment with our mommy pouch.
Right.
Kind of deal.
Yeah.
Is it a fupa?
No.
It's not a fupa?
Is it a fupa? The mommy pouch?
Yeah, the mommy pouch.
But are you talking about when your womb is still healing, or when it's done healing and you still have a?
Oh, I just called it a fupa.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Anyways, so it's I would say transition. Understand where are you right now in life? Because after postpartum, you're so focused on your child.
Yeah.
What is your lifestyle? Are you home all the time? Do you want to go out more despite? Like being able to acknowledge those aspects, so that when you do go to the store, you know what you're looking for. Right. And again, it goes back to, where do you want to be? How do you perceive the life that you want, or who is the Nikita that you want to be in motherhood? Mm-hmm. And acknowledging that, stating that. I would even suggest writing it down in a journal to yourself as to who you want to work towards to be. Okay. Will kind of, one, set the foundation of confidence. Get remeasured. Yes, absolutely. When you get remeasured, you know, and then it kind of avoids the frustration of this doesn't fit. Right. Like, do your research on your body once more. And again, when you go to the store, I would kind of open my mind outside of the limits of the stores that you used to love. Okay. I am not a discriminator of any store. I will go into any store to get a garment for my clients. Okay. Even the garment that we sourced here was from a store that we did not even think of walking into.
I don't even think I've been to that store ever.
No. Yeah. But I walk into every store because I know that there's gems everywhere. Right. You know what I mean? So kind of keep your mind open to that. And lastly, I would say, once you know what you want to look like and how you want to feel, search for inspiration. Okay, like a Pinterest board. Okay. Mommy watching, people watching. Which celebrity style do you love the most? Right. And gather why you love it, and then look for it. Gotcha. And try things on. don't be upset about trying. Like, you're not supposed to fit in everything.
I hate.
You're not supposed to look good in everything. But sometimes when you pick something you wouldn't normally pick, you would be surprised.
Right.
That how you feel and how it looks on you.
Okay, cool. What do you think about a capsule closet? That's like a thing. It's like,
it is a thing.
Trending right now.
I'll say I appreciate them, but I like a hybrid.
Okay, so what would that be?
I think it's important to have your staple foundational basics.
What are staple foundational basics?
Like you have more neutral tones.
Okay.
Basic colors.
Okay.
And based off of the type of clothing that you like, not everyone likes jeans, so I'm not going to use jeans as an example, but whether it be khakis, or you like cigarette pants or ankle pants or wide leg, depending on your body and what you feel comfortable about. Like, what are your foundational fits? Okay. And you can never go wrong with your t-shirts, your long sleeves, like the basic essentials. Always have that on deck. Okay. And then I would say the capsule portion will be revolved around statement pieces, the trendy items that you love and you're like, oh, I would love to wear. Right. You know what I mean? Like a studded, just low-key an essential, but a studded leather jacket. Okay. Or maybe something that had an embroidery on it. Or the Sherpa cropped or the puffer cropped, right now that's in the puffer cropped coats. Okay, yes. That's not gonna last forever. Right. But in that moment, you like it, put that in your capsule collection for the season and have, like, play with it with the basics that you have in your home. Gotcha. Also adding basics, the different colors for each season with the basics. Okay. Would be good. So I understand the concept of a capsule collection. I would say a capsule collection would be great for work. Yes, yes. Not for everyday life because there's so many aspects of your life, but for function. Okay, that makes sense. Perfect. Okay, so I'm excited to do this next part because we're gonna try on some clothes for different parts of like mom life. So like work, a date, running errands, picking up your toddler, whatever the case may be. And Bree's gonna walk us through those outfits and some of, I don't want to say common mistakes, but maybe they're mistakes for me because they're mistakes. So I'm just really pointing out, like, for my body type, what I should be looking for, what I maybe should be straying away from. Yeah, so I'm excited and we're gonna get into that soon. Okay, so I picked a work outfit. It's cute. Office, you know, the shoes make it a little more cash. Yeah, what do you think? I love the pattern. Okay. And I think based off of your personality and what you've discussed in terms of who you perceive yourself to be, it's bold. Okay. It's still, it's not like what's the word? You're not like loud? No, well, no. Yeah. Anyways, forget that, what I was about to say. You're not exposing yourself. It's not overexposing yourself. Okay. It's modest. Okay. But it's still classy and it's bold. Okay. And I think that's, to me, I can describe you as that. Okay. So it is beautiful. It looks like, I love the bold pattern. Okay. To me, this exudes what I would describe you to be as classy. It's still a level of modest, but again, bold. Right. The length of the dress is beautiful on you. Okay. This is something that would swallow me up because my legs are a little bit shorter. Okay. Your legs are longer and it elongates your torso once again. What I love in terms of your shoulders, because you have good, strong shoulders. So for me, I would always suggest to have it structured and sitting at the end of your shoulder. Okay. I wouldn't really suggest wearing ever like a drop shoulder kind of deal to elongate. This gives the structure and actually kind of narrows it down a little bit for you. Okay. I was gonna say something else. Oh, the belt. Okay. This is something that I would fix. So I'm gonna just reposition it. Why would you fix it? Now, first of all, it's sitting at your natural waist. Okay. But usually we would want to wear something at the smallest area of our torso. Okay. So again, because your torso is shorter, it kind of brings it a little lower.
Okay.
The dress brings it down a little lower than it should. So repositioning it, we don't have to follow the structure of the dress.
Okay.
We follow the structure of our body. So I can't really see right now, but we're gonna bring it a little, not right under the boob, but just
Right here.
right here.
Okay.
Now, because again, this is the narrowest part of your torso, I'm not even gonna button it because
It'll be too loose.
it's too loose.
Right.
Because it's small there. So I'm just gonna tie it real quick.
Okay.
And I'm going to come back around. Sorry guys, I have to fix my client. There we go. Posture. Now, if you could see, it's not accentuating the lower half of your stomach.
Okay.
Now it's accentuating and giving you some kind of dimension and curve in your waist and body.
Perfect.
Accessories are good, you're good to go. I would want you to be my teacher, so keep it going.
Okay, next.
Oh,
It's okay, go.
oh, you're not even in, oh, okay.
No.
Okay, so talk to me.
Yeah, so okay, so this would be like running out, going to pick up groceries, errands, coffee, date with a friend. Yeah.
I think this is a cute outfit. I love the colorway. I think it's beautiful on your skin.
Yay.
And also your makeup right now completely brings it out too, so good job. There's nothing that I would really change about this outfit. I would suggest as an alternative, based off of the look that you're going for, is to also go for like a wool coat.
Okay.
With, was it like a hoodie or even like
a hoodie
like
coat?
a sweater. No. Like a wool like jacket.
Okay.
Like something longer.
Okay.
And that would elongate your body a little bit more.
Okay.
Where this cuts is perfectly fine.
Why?
Well, because you have a shorter torso and you have longer legs. So right now you're allowing, based off of where it's hitting, it's elongating your torso to make it more balanced.
Gotcha.
So that's a good hit at your tuchus.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the shoes. Again, it goes with the jacket, the accessories.
Okay.
Gold naturally goes with your skin tone. You can see that makes you glow. When you wear silver, it softens your skin tone as well. So you can wear both, in my opinion. If you want to be a little bit more casual, sometimes I lean towards the silver.
Silver. Okay.
So with this, you can wear silver as well, just as a heads up. If you decide to take off the jacket, I'm not going to take off your jacket right now.
Okay.
But if you do choose to take off your jacket, make sure, most importantly with any outfit that you wear, that your undergarments are supportive.
Yep.
I presume that would be a spaghetti strap, or are they thick strapped?
There's spaghetti strap.
Spaghetti strap. So if you wear spaghetti strap, I would suggest to wear something that does not have straps.
Okay.
Or have clear straps if you don't feel comfortable with strapless. Just so that it doesn't, your bra does not take away from the catsuit, bodysuit that you're wearing.
Okay.
Also make sure that it supports.
Right.
That is probably the biggest thing I can tell you. Undergarments support the tatas. Also, lastly, just make sure, I don't believe in showing underwear lines. I don't.
Okay.
So I would lean towards either like a thong or a G-string, whatever floats your boat. But I personally don't like seeing like the line.
Right.
Other than that, if you like socks, if you wanted to add the high socks to give it that look.
Yep.
But you're cute, boo. You're cute.
Okay, next. So I think this would be like a date night, date day, date afternoon. What's it called? Matinee?
A brunch.
Okay, yeah, that.
Yeah, brunch with the chicks or date night.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yes, it would.
It's really cute.
Thanks.
I love the detail of this. Which is funny because you talk about your chest, but it brings
All the attention.
all the attention.
Yeah.
But in a way that it actually does, it kind of brings down your chest.
Okay.
Because we're not focused on the dimension, we're focused on the detail.
Right.
So good for that. Again, this is sitting on your shoulders, so your shoulders actually don't look wide at all.
Perfect.
It softens it. It is a good high-waisted because it doesn't completely cut off your torso, but it leads you to bring the dimension of curve in your waist. The details in your cargo pants are nice. They're not wide leg pants,
Right.
but they're a relaxed fit straight leg. It's relaxed.
Yeah.
So it's equivalent, almost equivalent to what you would wear as a trouser.
Okay, yeah.
Which is nice. And so the detail of the cargo pockets, with the level of fit, like how loose it is, it also brings dimension.
Okay.
So because it's not fitted on you, you won't see the shape of your leg. Rather, it either aligns with your hips, or it kind of comes out a bit, so that again you're kind of creating a low-key hourglass shape, but more in a modest.
Gotcha.
Kind of. The only thing I'm debating is if I would have you wear a belt, but I don't think I would. Okay. It's fine because it brings it seamlessly. A belt would have cut this in half.
Right.
Perfect.
Really?
Have fun.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bree. Tell us where we can find you. Where can we find you? Website?
At my God. You could find me on Instagram as In Style with Bree. I would say that is the best place to find me for now. I'm working on building my website because I know y'all better want to get to know me a little bit more. So I'll get that stuff going. I do hold my services, so DM me or call me. But yeah, Instagram is probably the best place to go.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much again for all of those tips and questions that we could think about and mull over. And yeah, I'm very excited to see more outfits for myself.
Yeah.
And just all the ways that you continue to coach people through their style and their motherhood. So thank you again.
I want to say, thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm very proud of what you're doing, and I'm talking to you as a friend. I'm very proud of you, and I feel like this is going to have a huge impact because mothers need this. So I wanted this to be recorded for you to watch this again, to know that you're doing a great job and you're walking in your purpose so gracefully.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for watching Melanin Combos. Yep.
Thank you.